Lady in red. Yeah, it's Valentine's Day, people, like we say in the Bahamas. Valentine's. It's Valentine's Day. I already got my first Valentine of the day. Oh, and I got a wonderful Valentine's Day gift. You all see the video, right? Share it with all your friends, boo. So on this Valentine's Day, what's on your mind? Wednesday, Wellness Wednesday. Look at that. Daniel, must you be the Valentine's Day Grinch? Okay? You have to celebrate Valentine's Day. Hold on. It's the day of love, soft as an easy chair. Love, fresh as the morning air. Yes, love yourself, because self-love is the first love. And so many people don't love themselves. Hey, Rolandia. Hey, Diane. Hey, Chelsea. Hey, Nadia. Hey, Nelson. But whatever you celebrate today, we're going to talk about many things today. But first, it's a Wellness Wednesday. So you know we're in the Wellness Wednesday kitchen. Hold on, I got the kettle on, boo. Y'all hear the kettle? The kettle soon start hissing. I had to put on my little wrap because it's a little nippy in the house. Hey, Andrew. Hey, Hope. And so what we're going to do today, you know, on Valentine's Day, I treat myself. I agree. Because many people don't know that the holiday actually used to be a day when women were beaten naked in the street with blood-soaked goat skin. Anyway, you know what? I'm not going there today. Hey, Rose. But we all know most of these holidays. You know, the Roman Catholic Church tried to smack it up, flip it, rub it down. But most of the holidays are with pagan rituals. But again, today is the day when women actually used to be beaten naked in the road with blood-soaked goat skins. You know, I can't. You know what? When I think of the madness that is people, because they felt it made them more fertile. Anyway, you know what? Some people just fucking stupid. Yeah, oh, y'all don't need to talk us in the Bahamas stupid, eh? Child, the ancient people were stupid too. Yeah, I just want to put that out there. Oh, you didn't know that? Yes, child. Look up the history of Valentine's Day, because Valentine's Day has a dark side. And again, like most holidays, the Catholic Church tried to make it something to suit their taste. Anyway, you know what? I ain't going on with that today, because today I want to hurry up and make my coffee. Daniel said their husband was bringing them shit. I was like, so you celebrating the bloodbath day? Diane said paganism. Jackie said, happy Valentine's. Chrissy, go easy on my Catholic today. I love the Catholic Church, but you got to admit, some of the rituals and rules that they made up as they went along give us pause. Yeah, because I know if I were a single woman, I wouldn't want to be in the road being beaten with blood-soaked goat skin. The only goat skin I want here in the road is John Canoe. But we uncooking today. Yes, look it up. Look it up. I'm here to teach you these things because, you know, church brainwashes us. But I want to thank the Catholics for their education. Okay, my first school was Brooklyn Junior Academy. That wasn't Catholic, though. That was a bougie school where I was sent to in Brooklyn. Then I went to St. Teresa of Avila, uber Catholic. Then I went to Xavier's, uber Catholic. Then I went to Government High, uber Christiany, but not Catholic. Yeah, then I went to St. Ben's, uber Catholic. Yeah, then I escaped and went to Montclair State. Then I escaped that and went to University of Miami. Yeah, so you got to know these things. Anyway, let me wipe my hand. Happy Valentine's Day. So we're going to get started. Today I'm making something that I don't indulge in a lot anymore because, you know, I'm trying to get this health of mine on track. But one of the things that I love so much is this. What this is? Cafe! And I love cafe con leche. And growing up in Miami, I had a very good friend named Martika. And Martika swore by Cafe Bustelo. And Cafe Bustelo, to me, is the best tasting coffee. Yes, I love coffee, but I don't drink it a lot because it ain't good for me. But I love coffee. But when I drink coffee, I try to drink. Look at Daniel, you're such a nurse. You all love coffee. I don't drink that bongy tasting coffee. And so what I do on special days like today, I treat myself to something that I don't have a lot of the times. And I haven't had any kind of good coffee since I was at Dunkin' in September. So today I'm going to treat myself to a café con leche with Cafe Bustelo. But I'm going to do it special because I'm going to make the drink healthy. If I'm going to drink the caffeine, I'm at least going to put some good healthy fat in it. I'm going to at least have some fiber in it. You know, I'm going to make it do something beneficial for my body. So today we're going to be making our almond milk from scratch. These are our almonds. Our nuts have been soaked already. Yes, I love it. I love coffee with milk, but it don't love me. Like, who all is get dead, pumpy and shit when they drinking milk? Yeah. Milk ain't for everybody. But then again, you know, we are the only animals in nature that drink the milk of another animal. No other animal in nature does that. And we so stupid we feed cow milk to cats. That's how stupid we are. Hold on, hark. Is that the cattle? Is that the cattle I hear? The cattle are whistling. It are whistling. Okay. Oh, I love that sound right there. That's the best sound ever. That reminds me of when my grandma used to make us all Milo in the night. And we'd go to bed with our hot tea and bread. Yeah, hold on. Y'all hear that? Every night I get my son, whenever I'm here with him, to make me some tea. So we're going to start our Wellness Wednesday. We're going to sip our tea in our love cup. You know, on Wednesday I bring out the hashtag cup. Love. Silver say white day is a white colored sweets gifts in return if you want to date the person for Valentine's. Tommy says, see when puppy sucking this gal titty, yuck. What? What? Hold on. Wait, hold on. I got to turn off the kettle on that. See sun circle, turn down the cackle. Yeah, you got, hold on. You saw a puppy sucking a what? You know, Tuffy. I can need you to cut down your dosage. Daniel say, coffee put me in the hospital. I drink coffee all day. I can't function without it. Yeah, the thing is coffee, I was so addicted to coffee. But when I started my wellness plan, like in 2008, I used to cut down on coffee. And I actually used to, hold on, let me get this out of the cupboard. Because my son never does use this. Such a waste. Why does you give your children all these good things for them to use? And they don't even use it. I tried to break my coffee addiction by using something that's an awesome food for us as human beings. It has the highest ORAC level ever. You call it chocolate. I call it cacao. This right here. After I gave up coffee, I was seriously addicted to this too. Because, you know, let's keep it real. The caffeine zing is what keeps us going. Hey, Pascal. Yeah. So here's what we do. And I like mixing coffee with chocolate. So a part of my cafe con leche is to, Tuffy, you put that in the Love Nest group. See, good thing. Good thing. Oh, thank you, Leslie. Happy Valentine's Day to you, too. So we're going to be making, again, a special drink. I don't drink it all the time because it has all the things that I shouldn't be drinking. I need to watch my sugar levels. I need to watch the fact that dairy is unkind to me. Whenever I eat dairy, I am sick as a dog. But, you know, hey, dairy tastes good. So today we're going to make from scratch. Now, usually I know you can buy almond milk and whatever. Look at Jared. Jared, look here. I am in my skin blowing in the wind. So what I like to do, because I'm going to drink caffeine, I try to make at least the milk from scratch. And I like to use some of the fiber in these nuts. So did you soak your nuts? You know, on Chrissy Love Live to the World, we believe in soaking our nuts. You gotta soak your nuts. Especially all y'all who getting ready for Valentine's Day tonight. Soak your nuts. Thanks. Dear men, scrub your nutsack good. Thanks. Pull back the dickhead and scrub out the smegma. Thank you so much. We appreciate that. Yeah, because, you know, some man nasty. I just want to put out there. Some woman nasty, too. And speaking of women and men, today we're going to ask a question. What do men want on February 14th? Because, unfortunately, this holiday has been so focused on women. Les, you're nasty. How are you soaking your nuts in the law firm? Oh, that should be very interesting, Leslie. You're soaking your nuts in the law firm. Send me a picture, boo. I want to see that. And so, you know, a lot of women believe that men are supposed to give them all the flowers and all the candy, and very seldom do they return the favor with gifts. I was watching this video in the Love Nest group. Ratchet Veronique sent it to us, where the lady received a Valentine's Day gift, and then she tells her man, I'm going to give you some bomb-ass pussy. He was like, pussy? I'm always getting pussy. And so, dear women, buy your man a gift every now and then. Okay, yeah, he loved pussy. All men love pussy. Pussy, pussy all night long. And women love dick, too. Okay? But make it different. Everybody wants to receive gifts. Everybody wants to receive flowers. Daniel, you so evil and you married. Everybody wants a gift. All right? Ain't just the women. I think Valentine's Day has become very selfish when it comes to women. I think we're so selfish. Like, I know for me, when I was married and I was courting, I bought my husband's gifts on my husband's. You heard that? That's a slippy. I bought my husband a gift on Valentine's Day, something that he liked. Now, my husband was easy to shop for. Once I bought him one CD with one cologne, that was him. You know, one little 2-pack CD and some cologne, I straight. So, Andrew, you all right? So, let's start making our cafe con leche with extra fixings. So, we're going to put our almonds in the blender. All right. I bought a cup of almonds to a cup of water. Because, hold on, I like it thick. Who all like it thick, boo? Who like it? Thank you. Y'all so nasty. Y'all are just the height of nastiness. That's why I love y'all. Because you're so nasty and disgusting. So I'm going to now blend this. Daniel said, my husband grew up with money. So my gift picking ain't up to par. It doesn't matter. But I think as women, we have to stop hogging Valentine's Day for us. And for the record, while pussy is good, all right, men want more than pussy. I know we think that's all men want. Pussy, pussy, pussy. But men, like Jared just said, men have feelings too. I'm sure your man would like to have a card. Okay? You know, I'm just saying, I think Valentine's Day. So while we make our Wellness Wednesday, Café con Leche, and while we talk about all the things that are happening in the Bahamas on this What's on Your Mind Wednesday, by the way, I had a house in session, eh? Anyway, I can't take it. And we're going to blend our fresh almond milk in our blender. Come on. Blend, 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 blend. Oh, shit. Yes, a card, a gift. Pascal, you don't want a gift? Okay? And then you see, it's nice and creamy and delicious. Hold on. I love creamy and delicious things. So I'm putting that out there. Y'all too like nastiness. And so that's our fresh, you see how white and creamy and beautiful it is? Speaking of Valentine's, it looks almost semen-like. Y'all so nasty. That's if your man healthy, it look like semen. Because some of y'all men's spunk is real gunky. I just want to say that. And so because I'm going to, Danielle, you so evil. Deborah! Love it! We're then going to take our, now generally for me, I use this almond milk with all this fiber because I love thick and rich and creamy and frothy things. Yeah, y'all nasty. But for purposes of the video, I'm going to strain the almond milk because what I do later with the pulp, I use the pulp to make things like almond flour. I make, Daniel, why you say ew? I make, hold on, let me keep the kettle warm. Keep the kettle warm. I make crackers with the almond pulp sometime. I mix it with flax. When I make my flax muffins, I would use it with that as well. So then I'm going to strain on this Wellness Wednesday. Strain the almond milk. What Pascal say? Enriches dope cookies. Man, I can't take it. And you see the nice creamy milk. See how beautiful that is? Beautiful. And you could use any nut you can use. I like cashew milk, but cashews was $7.99 a pound this week. I wasn't buying them bitches. I was like, these have gold in them, eh? Must see. So I'm going to strain it. And just to irritate Jared, I'm going to take my spoon and strain it. Falona, you all right? Yeah, I see you in so long. Hold on, y'all stay right there. I can take my spoon and I can strain it. Hold on, wait, let me get a spoon. Oh, Lord Jesus. Get a spoon. Okay, Jared, I ain't checking for you, but use a spatula. Dear Jared, y'all young children who don't know nothing about nothing, it is used a spoon and strain. Daniel, we ain't talking about that dumb hoe. By the way, dear bitches who deal in drugs, you know, must I always educate you lackluster, shiftless, trifling Negroes? Who the fuck does get caught with 2 pounds of weed? If you can get caught for weed, anyway, you know I can. Hold on. I am prison. Hey! Skin clean. Teeth clean. Prison dirty though. You could be shitting on the slop bucket. Man, I can. So we then take the, see? We take the spoon and we stir it. You see all that rich, creamy goodness coming out? Look how beautiful that is. Rich and creamy and lovely. So I'm going to do that for a little bit. Yum. Too stupid. 2 pounds of weed? Anyway, you know what? I can't. 2 pounds of weed you're going to jail for. Jackass. Anyway, I can't. You know what? I'm unable to, Lord. I am unable to can with these dumb Negroes. You're stupid. All right? Now, because I like the frothiness. Yeah, man, because Chelsea, when you look at the fact that 3 pounds of almonds, if you all get together and order your almonds together, 3 pounds of almonds is gonna, actually 5 pounds of almonds is gonna run you about $20. Now, when almond milk is on sale, it's like 2 for $6, but generally almond milk costs like $5. So when you look at the savings, when you DIY it, you save money. Now again, because I like frothy, thick things, yes. See how good that look? Look at all that beautiful goodness. It's so lovely. It's so rich and thick and beautiful. All right. So to that, I'm going to add, say that wasn't even good, wait, I can't take it. I'm gonna add a little bit of my cacao because I like coffee and chocolate mixed together. So I take my cacao. Yeah, we like thick things, honey. We like the thickness, cause so, yeah. Hold on, I put on a bra for y'all today. Y'all see that? I put on a whole bra for y'all. Look at that, sexy. So we're gonna take our milk and we're gonna put in our cacao. Hold on. Put in our cacao, and I put a lot of cacao in my milk. Man, look here. I must say I ain't trying to sleep, but that's all right. That's okay. It's cacao. Yes. Now, cacao, remember when I used to teach you guys this when we had the shop? Say, stop it. My Brian, why am I stop it? Cacao has one of the highest antioxidant levels. Look at thick madame saying tick tings. Megan, you like tick tings? Hey, of course we like tick tings. Dear men, let me tell you what we want for Valentine's Day. We want some girth for Valentine's Day. Yeah. Now, let me just say for the record, penis size is relative because if a man loves you and treats you nice, you could forgive, you know, penis size. Everybody don't want to fuck a horse. And I ain't gotta lie, this age and stage that I at, you know, all that pussy pounding, that just get on my nerves. I'm gonna put that out there. You know, we just want a little bit of girth and some loving. Yes. No, length is what we in after Ash Wednesday. Okay? Length is what we don't really care about length. We like girth. Yeah. And I don't mean girth archer them either. You know, Bahamians is named their children girth, right? Can you believe that Bahamians name their children girth? Whenever I meet someone named girth, I think about dick instantly. Anyway, we're moving on. So I've added my cacao to my almond milk mixture. You'd rather agony? Man, I can't take it. Agony, agony, agony. Daniel, you're a nasty girl, but I love you. I'm going to then add my Cafe Bustelo. I add about a teaspoon of this. Okay, tablespoon. Okay, tea, what the fuck? Falona, why are you laughing? And of course, whenever I make my drinks, I like my drinks that are salty and sweet and creamy. So I take a little bit of my iodized sea salt. I always sprinkle some sea salt in it. Say my measuring spoon. Please, measuring who? Then I take my coconut sugar. Azúcar. What Celia Cruz say? Azúcar. I love my coconut sugar because, again, I'm one of those people dealing with blood sugar issues. So I put about a teaspoon. Black Velvet say, sound like that sperm, salty and sweet, man. I can't take it. Well, I wouldn't know because I don't swallow anymore. For all of you who are still swallowing, I salute you. At 55, I believe that I've done enough swallowing. I don't swallow anymore. Because again, now I will admit, I've had the pleasure of dealing with some very hygienic and clean brothers. You know, we all, like most of them, we fucked a dirty dude or two. Yeah, like I remember one time I had a boyfriend, right? Say anymore. Yeah, I don't swallow anymore. No. Oh, you never goggle. Yeah, I don't do that shit no more. Please, Jared, it has nutritional value. Shut your ass. Like y'all saw the study where the man said that swallowing semen helps with breast cancer. Well, I'm gonna have to have some breast cancer, I guess. No, let me not say that. But yeah, I'm saying that a lot of times our men, Black Velvet say she traps it. It's true. Did I lie? A lot of women, a lot of men don't take care of their hygiene. And so that's why a lot of us don't want to swallow. I'm sorry. Now, luckily, like I said, the man who I had to fuck for 7 years, my husband, I will admit he was hygienic and clean. And, you know, I didn't have a problem with the sperm. But I'm just saying, there are women who like to swallow sperm. Maybe your man wants you to do that tonight for Valentine's Day. But what do I know? Because the good part is, I'm single. All right, so I've added my coconut sugar, my Cafe Bustelo. I've added my salt, my sugar. And then I'm going to add a little more of the, me too. Thank you, Chelsea. Yeah, because you know, let's keep it real. I'm fortunate in that I will admit I had a husband. I hear women talking about how nasty their husbands are and how they have to clean them up and do that shit, right? Yeah, a lot of girls don't clean properly either. Yeah, I agree. I agree. Nah, look here. I've been trapping and I live with a gal who smell like low tide. Well, if your vagina stinks as a woman, that's another thing. Tonight, women, let's treat the men to something special. I want you to get a yogurt, a cup of yogurt that has the real probiotics in it. And then I need you to douche out your vagina with yogurt. Because a lot of women who have issues with their vagina smelling, that has to do with the pH balance being out of whack. Yeah, so please give your husbands and your men this Valentine's Day. Look at Daniel, not fresh pussy. Yeah, because the vagina is a self-cleansing organ. However, a lot of women, because of the things they eat, they may be sick, they may be unwell. Like a lot of people... Get off my timeline. A lot of people who are having issues with sense and whatever. Like I said, I've been fortunate. I can never really say, I've been very particular with who I have sex with because I am very OCD. And, you know, like I remember, right? You ready for this? I remember one time, right? When I was dating this brother, right? Why I had to teach him about pulling back his foreskin and cleaning his penis, because he said he never knew that. I was like, what kind of fucking mother you had though? We ain't circumcised, and I was telling him, but look here, pull back your dick skin and clean that. So for tonight, let's be clean with our lovers. Man, look at y'all stop it. Look here, I trying to help y'all. No, greens are good for you. Most vegetarians don't have bodily issues and whatever, but I'm not saying we're gonna be vegetarian. But if you do have a problem with, it wasn't ghetto dog either. Some people just were not taught how to clean themselves. Anyway, but if you're gonna, if you have a problem with funky smelling sperm, try foods that are gonna clean you out, like chlorophyll, like pineapple. You know, if you are gonna swallow. For those of you who still swallow. At 50 down 5, no. Some will say too much tomato throw off pH balance and make mine sperm bitter. Well, I don't know about that, but a lot of times certain foods, like a lot of times if you eat asparagus, you will notice that your urine is funky. Anyway, let's get back to blending, because y'all too like talk about grinding. Speaking of fucking, what happened in House of Assembly today? How the government fucking us? I was watching, Love a Lot was trying to give me the link to watch the House of Assembly. I gave up on that shit. So what going on in House of Assembly? Say Dr. Roop. Look there, Dr. Roop just killed me. Y'all see Dr. Roop videos? I grew up with Dr. Roop. Roop is fucking nuts. Anyway, let me leave Roop alone. He just buried his mummy. Rest in peace, Miss Eunice. Ah, the good old days. Man, I can't take it. Dry and full of shit. Karen, what else happened? And also what I like to do, I like to sprinkle things in my coffee like nutmeg, okay? Like cinnamon, because cinnamon helps with blood sugar. And then to froth this up, to make it look like a cappuccino. Silva say Dr. Roop is the greatest. Silva, stop your shit. Dr. Roop is a smart guy. I just don't understand how Roop gets so fucking crazy. Yeah. I love Roop. I love Roop. Karen said you had to turn them off. They was making me cuss too much. Say Roop is the miracle doctor. Y'all see when Roop was trying to sell off his wife? So you need your coffee black and strong? Well, you know, I'm like Heavy D. Black coffee, no sugar, no cream. I really don't put a lot of stuff. Like I said, I don't drink like this often. Most of my coffee is usually black, a little bit of coconut milk, and that's me. All right, so then because I like the bubbles, you know, when you go to the coffee shop, one of the great things you love is the froth on the top. So I then whip this coffee. Whip it good. Okay, and you see how frothy and creamy this is? It's so rich and thick and chocolate. You see that? It's creamy. It's yummy. And then what I do, look at the foam that you see in here. See the foam? Whip it, gal. Whip it good. See the foam? Look how beautiful that is. Because I love frothy coffee. Look at that. Hold on, I gotta sip some off. I poured too much. Man, look here. In the words of my Lutra family, that good, y'all? That good. See, look. That's how it looks. You see how frothy it is and creamy and yummy. It has just enough chocolate in it. Has just enough coffee. Hold on. Mmm. Yummy. It's sweet. It's salty. It has the fiber in it from the almonds. Danielle, I can't take it. Not look like, you know what? We don't call that name no more. Look at that. It's beautiful. What Eddie Murphy say is beautiful. It's beautiful. It's beautiful. So I love it. I love frothy, frosty drinks. So let me text your husband. You know what? You so fresh. So it's all about love today, people. What the song say? Love, so many people use your name in vain. So we're talking about all the things that are happening on this What's on Your Mind Wednesday. It's also a Wellness Wednesday. So if you're going to drink coffee and milk, okay, at least try and make good milk. All right. And again, you get the same frothiness that we love in the coffee shops. You get that same frothiness and you make it at home for a fraction of the cost. Okay. But I ain't gotta lie, I do miss Dunkin' East Street coffee. Because can I tell you, I know it's gonna sound stupid, right? When I go to Dunkin' over here, the things taste good, right? But it don't taste the same. Like, I don't know, maybe it's the milk at home, what Treese and them is used. But the coffee just tastes different to me. Maybe I'm just missing home too much and I'm feeling nostalgic. All right, so what y'all doing for Valentine's Day? The house in session. I hear Glennis them back in the house say, yeah, that's what happened? Daniel say exactly, they don't season shit here. Well, what we do in the Bahamas, you see, and I think that's why when I go out to eat, I just get pissed off because see, Bahamians, we flavor food in layers. We are layerers of seasonings. And that's one of the things I miss. Things just taste different in America to me. Anyway, maybe it's me. Like the other day I went out to get a steak, right? I said, let me treat my kid to a steak. You know, he did good in one of his classes. And so we went to this place and I was like, this is so fucking bland. So I just came home and made the steak my damn self. And I ain't complaining because guess what? I love America, boy. I keep telling y'all. Ice American. This is so, I'm telling you. And you know what I love about it? The flavor of the almonds. Like when you get this almond fiber, right? Let's stir some more of this in. This same almond fiber. I usually dry this out in the oven if I want to make almond flour, or I put flax with it and an egg and I make pancakes because again, my son looks like he's inheriting all of my issues. And I see it whenever I eat wheat and bread, my belly just get do right damn in. But I ain't gonna lie, like last night I had a burger bun, right? I made burgers for Wayne and Wanda. Turkey burger day. And I swear to God, all last night I was dying because again, dairy does my stomach bad. Wheat and bread products, which taste so good. Like I look at this damn bread Wayne have over here. And you know, my son is such a bougie bread snob. And when you toast that and slaughter that, anyway, I can't talk about it. Because I tired of my belly hurting. All right, let me read some of your comments. Let's start to the top. Let's start to the beginning. Yeah, I like to read. I love the interaction of this show. Hold on, I gotta have another sip. Again, and you know what I love about it? When you blend your drink, you see how it doesn't separate? It's still creamy and frothy. Okay, let me show you. See? Let me show you. Still creamy and frothy. I love that. I love that creaminess. The creaminess and the frothiness. I love it. Yeah, so for Valentine's Day, y'all get some cream. I know, Tuffy, I should be eating gluten-free. And, you know, I do for the most part. Daniel say, yes, I use slap your mama and everything. Yeah, man. Yeah, man. The food got to taste good. It got to taste good. So as you enjoy this now, remember what we did. I'll put the method up after the show. We took our almonds, a cup of almonds, to about a cup of water. We then blended that in our blender. Now, I recommend a high power blender to blend nuts because you don't want to burn out everything. All right. So you then strain it. I strain half and I use half with the fiber in it because I love the fiber. Hold on. Love. Yummy. Plus the almond fiber is good for you. Makes you shit. And you know many Bahamians need the shit. Just gonna put that out there. Yeah. So Bahamian people, it is a Valentine's Day. I woke up this morning and when I look, hold on, I gotta hide. I look on my bed. I say, look, I got a heart. I love it. I love any day is a day to celebrate love. We all know that this day is very commercial, but whatever you do to show love, just show love. The key is show love. What takes 6A? Spread love. Just spread love, man. Spread love. Spread love. Because too much hate in the world. Jesus, plenty hate in the world. All right, let's start from the beginning where we could talk about everything. All right, y'all, let's give me so many comments. I want to thank y'all here. Thank you, Loveness. Danielle said she started off the show being very salty by saying, I don't celebrate that shit. She said that foolishness, LMAO. Well, you know what? Whatever floats your boat, boo. Whatever floats your boat. All right, Leslie said, I have no plans. Do you have any ideas? You can come take me. You want to take me to dinner, Les? Ask your girlfriend for permission. Because, let me tell you, one thing I got to say, though, my male friends, because I tell you, most of my friends are male, right? I got to give props to the women who are my male friends, gals, and they understand that we are friends. Because, a lot of women believe that men and women can't be friends. I have many friends who I'm close with who we are friends. But people just assume you can't walk nowhere with a man unless you're fucking him. Anyway, I geek. All right, let's read these comments. Silver said, I like the premise of Valentine's and White Day on the Eastern Road. Valentine's is men making chocolates for women or friends. Oh, that's interesting. Interesting. All right. Daniel say, real Bahamian woman always want someone to make you a tea. Yeah, you got to make my tea in the night. Yeah, man, I got to have a cup of tea. Because, that goes back again from childhood. Whenever we would have, remember there was a time in the Bahamas. See, we just get American since we decided to be fancy. But there was a time in the Bahamas where at night, we didn't eat dinner at night. We ate dinner during the day. Like 1 o'clock if you came home from lunch or 4 o'clock when you came home from school. And the thing is, we had supper in the Bahamas. So that goes back to my childhood. I remember my grandfather, Wilfred Stanley Coakley Sr., making bread in Lewis Street. And at night, after we had our dinner from early in the day, that's why I think most of us Bahamians fat and sick, because we eat all that heavy food and then go to sleep. We had something called supper, just a piece of bread, something hot to warm your belly. And then we went to bed. So as Bahamians, culturally, we didn't eat this heavy meal in the night. So I think my longing for tea every night has to do with that whole memory of mother and papa giving us supper every night in Lewis Street. And so it is a warm feeling for me. It is a warm feeling. Whenever I hear the kettle whistling, it brings me back. Thank you, Toya. Toya, you remember that? Toya, you young. You sure you know supper time, Toya? Anyway, but I think that's why I have this feeling about tea in the evening, because it brings me back to my childhood. And it makes me feel comfort. I remember my grandmother would, I agree. Thank you, Pascal. Grammy said your supper in the oven after school. And that's how we grew up. When I used to come home from school, my grandmother had all of our plates in the baker. We didn't even call it the oven. We call it the baker. Andrew said he never had supper. Yeah, Andrew, because he always rich and bougie. He used to eat 3 hot big meal a day. No, but the thing is, culturally, we Bahamians don't eat that big meal. But now that we fancy, what Drake say, you fancy, huh? You fancy, huh? See, now the Bahamians get fancy. They eating 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock in the night and fatting on the brink of death. But anyway, Lamasha. All right, so let's read some of your commentary. I surprised you remember that, Toya. Laverne say, hope you get some tea, Chrissy. I have tea every night. And the thing is, I have my tea. I have my caffeinated tea in the day. And I have my decaffeinated tea in the night, because I do notice, like if you notice, I'm just sipping this slowly, because generally when I drink this in the morning, because I don't want to stay up all night, because this is a lot of caffeine in here, because we have the coffee in here and we have the chocolate, the cacao, and cacao is used to be like you high. Cacao wakes your ass right up. So while I'm making it for purposes of the show, more than likely I'm not going to finish this until tomorrow, because I don't want to stay up all night tonight. Because again, caffeine, that's another thing I noticed. The days when I could have just drank coffee all day, I can't do that shit no more. Black Bible say ate supper when small, but not now. My kids have no clue what supper is. We don't eat after 7. Oh, that's good. Andrew say things rough. Thank God for ramen and hot dog. Andrew, shut your teeth. You know why, Andrew, you know you ain't come from no ramen and hot dog house. And dear Bahamians. Anyway, Laverne say, Susan say, yes, eating at night is too rough on the body. It has to work too hard. I agree, and especially how we Bahamians eat. We tend to eat, remember, as we do these Wellness Wednesday shows, I want to shout out my girl, Dr. Susan Williams-Lockhart, who does wellness videos too. Remember now, your body can only digest at the same time protein and veggie, or starch and veggie. So when we combine all those foods on our belly late at night and we put it all on top of us, that's why we have challenges with our digestion. And so that's, there was a reason why we did the things we did when we were growing up in the Bahamas, because if you ate at 1 o'clock or 4 o'clock, you still had time to play it off. You still had time to work it off. I remember my grandfather coming home for lunch every day when I used to work at Z&S. I stopped eating in Lewis Street till I was a grown ass woman when I stopped coming home for lunch at 1 o'clock in Lewis Street. So, it's just tradition. And when my grandparents died, I really felt that loss. Even though I wasn't living in the Bahamas at the time, I think I was in Miami then. Yeah, because I had to fly home. And I was in Miami for my grandfather's funeral. By the time my grandmother died, I was actually at work. I remember getting the call at the station, and I did leave the station. And why didn't one tell me I was in trouble for leaving the station? I was like, please. Anyway, Susan say, good memories of eating at Grammy. Yeah, man. Good things, good things. So, baby people, it's the first day of Lent. Yesterday, I shared with you that it was Shrove Tuesday or Fat Tuesday. If you're a party animal, it's Fat Tuesday. If you're a religious person, it was Shrove Tuesday. Somebody did ask me why it's called Shrove Tuesday. I just remember from what Father Thompson had told me, it was called Shrove Tuesday because during Lent, you're supposed to be shriven, meaning you're supposed to be repentant and you're supposed to be pious. And also Shrove Tuesday is associated with pancakes because a lot of times people give up things that they don't want to any temptations or rich foods. And so pancakes was a way to use all the dairy and the sugar and the flour so you wouldn't be tempted to eat rich things. And so today, many people who believe in Lent, and like my girl Sean Lee say, dear Bahamians, and I know Baptists talk about us people who celebrate Lent, dear Bahamians, if I hear one more person say length, I'm going to slap you. No, length is what you hope to get tonight in your Valentine's Day bed. It's Lent. Lent. Everybody say it with me. Lent. It is not length. It's not length. Okay, please. Anyway, Lord, I can't. Thank you, Jared. All right, Silver say, I'm in steel, and I talking about the Brazilita. Oh, yeah, my grandma used to make all them Brazilita tea. All right, Achia say they mad because I was hiding something. Who was mad, Achia? Oh, I introduced my children to tea and bread. Yeah, man. And you know what I love? And this is now, it's so weird. As an older person now, oh, I just got another notice. My baby just finished his economics. Yay. Anyway, as an older person, when I was little, I thought that dipping the bread and butter in the tea, and you'll see all the butter on the top, I thought that was so nasty. And my grandmother used to always tell me, oh, stop being foolish. You're too foolish. Just drink the tea. But now, as an adult, I love dipping my bread and butter in my tea now. I'm not grossed out by it. But as a kid, I was totally grossed out by it. Because my grandmother would cut these hunks of bread, slather it in butter, and then you had to dip it in your tea. And then you ate the bread. Anyway, Susan say, first day of Lent. Oh, no, I cannot watch you at work anymore. They looking at me funny. Length. Yes, it's true, Bahamians. And, again, Lent is only really celebrated by those of us who are either Catholic or who are Anglican, or, some Baptists, some other denominations celebrate Lent. Because the thing is, if you're a religious person, you celebrate Jesus's death and resurrection. And so, it teaches us, like I always tell my son when we're going through stuff, and it's something that I want to thank my mother for teaching me. She used to always say, Chris, you cannot have the resurrection without the crucifixion. And so this 40 days and 40 nights, 40 days and 40 nights. Remember that Anglican hymn? We used to kill that. Like today, I know Ash Wednesday, St. Agnes going to be lit at 5 o'clock today. And I'm missing it. This is the first Ash Wednesday I'm missing since Wayne was born. That cunt delicious. Anyway, it caused me spit. Sorry. Let me calm down. I'm not going to curse out today. By the way, before the show go, I'll be sharing with you a video that one of the people I know talked about what's happening with my case and breaking down the law. Because too many of y'all Bahamians sitting up in silence while shit is happening. Anyway, so as I was saying, so for those 40 days and 40 nights, minus Sundays, we give up certain things and we actually try to remember how, thank you, Jared, subversive citizen, don't play. We try to remember how Christ really walked that walk for those 40 days and 40 nights. All right, what lesson saying is 46? Well, anyway, we don't count Sundays in Anglican Church. I don't know. You know, Les is Mr. Uber Catholic. Maybe the Catholics just count Sunday. We don't count Sundays. So it's 40 days and 40 nights. And Easter is in April, if I'm not mistaken. Right. Sometimes Easter is in March, but I think this year it's in April. Anyway, so whatever y'all do, it is Lent. Thank you. Okay, Andrew, why you gone? Oh, you know, I got to get Andrew up this sulky ass moody. And Andrew, boo, boo, boo. We always gonna have challenges, but how we respond to them. Easter's on April Fool's Day? Okay, come on now. For real? Okay, we need that calendar to get a little fixed. That don't seem right. Easter on April Fool's Day? Anyway, Megan said, yes, I did attend Mass this morning. All right, that's good. Well, I will admit, because ever since I had my kid, 5 o'clock was when we would go and get our ashes. Couple of reasons. I wanted my son to know the rituals. Even though I may not believe all the bullshit of the church, I like a lot of the rituals. And so after school, I'd pick Wayne up and we'd go and get, we would go and get our ashes at 5 o'clock. And that's what we did. You know, I've been doing it now ever since Wayne was like, when I moved home, Wayne was 3 when I moved home. Anyway, I've been doing it all his life. Because, like I said, even though I don't agree with a lot of the Anglican and Catholicism shit, I do like the ritual. I do like what church teaches us. I do like the basic tenets of Christianity before man inserts his bootleg ass into it. So, yeah, I'm going to miss my ashes at St. Agnes, but that's all right. For everything I miss, I getting back double. Double. You hear me? Double. Not the bullshit you doing, but double. So I'm going to miss Father Brown today. All right, Daniel say correct. No, Daniel say it's not me. My autocorrect corrects the wrong shit. You know what? I want to know what you typing on, Daniel. Silver say, you think Sharon got the hard mouth to talk about Holly, though? Pot calling the kettle black. Okay, who's Sharon? I lost. I didn't see the house in session today because it wasn't live on Facebook, because that's how I usually watch it. I usually watch it live on Facebook. And no offense, deadendmess.com always fucking up and not doing shit right. So I didn't get to see it this morning. Plus, can I tell you, I kind of getting tired of watching them jackasses. I ain't gonna lie. Even though I voted for them jackasses. Daniel said, I hated Lang. They used to make us eat fish, and I hate fish. So I used to starve, but I'm a miss Ash Wednesday. Well, you can get your ashes up here. For example, and I was thinking of actually, of course, I had said to Wayne, you know, Wayne, there's an Anglican church right up the street. Do you want to go get ashes? Wayne was like, Mommy, no, I don't do that no more. And I'm not forcing it on my son anymore. I showed it to him the first 13 years of his life. If he wants to carry on with it, that's on him. Delicia said that was delicious. Bread and butter and hot chocolate. Yeah, man. But when the butter used to float on the top, ew, yuck. That was nasty as hell. I ain't gonna lie. Jared say, I lent you some money. Yeah, please. No, don't lend me no money. Just give it to me. Lent. Yeah, I don't understand it. And I miss a lot of the ritual at home. You know, like we have Lenten teas. We do a lot of stuff during Lent as we prepare for Easter. And again, I just love the story of the resurrection. And even though people may not believe it, of course, we believe it because we're Christians. But, you know, I think it's a lesson to show you that when you're walking through the valley, all right, you had to go through the Good Friday to get to the resurrection. And I think that's a lesson that in life, I think we need to learn that, you know, you're going to have your bad times. You're going to have your challenges. You're going to have things that really irk you. But you got to go through the valley to see the greatness. And I think that's what the resurrection story does. All right. Did Megan say I took my kids? Yeah, well, we all took our children to church because, again, you know, like I said, I might not believe in a lot of the dogma and bullshit of church because the church is getting real trapsy. Like I tell y'all, y'all who's be defending these pedophile priests, y'all need to stop y'all shit. You know, that's my platform. Abuse of children and women. That does upset me. All right? The church tells you many stupid things because of man-made dogma. But if you love God and you love the Most High, you know inside you what's right and what's wrong. So we celebrate this time for many reasons. I use Lent as a reflective time. I used to give up things like alcohol or cheese, my weakness. Lord, I love cheese. I think about it, cheese. Anyway, and we're back. Yeah. So I don't do that anymore. I will admit, I just try to be reflective. I try to think about how I want to show myself as an expression of the love of the Most High in the world. Yeah, I don't have time for giving up alcohol and cheese and wine. Like, I make a joke. People ask me, Chrissy, what you get up for Lent? And I just say, I given up, not giving up nothing. That's what I damn giving up. Marinate on that. All right, Megan say April Fool's is Easter. Daniel say I might join the Nation of Islam and get down with Farrakhan. Well, you know, I've been exploring many religions. For a time, I thought I wanted to be Buddhist. Okay, and we're back. Okay, let me tell you what happened. You ready? Hold on, I gotta tell you what happened. I tell you. Legal. Look here. Okay, let me tell you what happened. I'm going through something with the state that I used to live in. And that was them calling me. So I'm sorry I had to take that call. Y'all forgive me. Yeah, the state of California is trying to make me fucking curse. Anyway, you know what? As I was saying, I sorry, Loveness. You know, it's what Monica say. It's just one of them days. It's always some bullshit, man. Anyway, so people, yeah, I curse. Yeah, I must see curse. I must see thief church money. You know, I never used to believe. My aunt used to tell me, and I used to think she was just an evil bitch, right? But my aunt used to tell me, when you look at all the shit I'd be going through, she'd say, girl, that's the sins of your daddy. And I'd be like, really though, bitch? Really? Really, bitch? It's the sins of my daddy? Anyway, you know what? I gonna play this video for you. Because obviously I'm supposed to talk tonight. By the way, y'all going, yeah, my aunt tell me that thief church money and this is curse of my daddy. Anyway, before I go though and play this subversive citizen video, yeah, because I'm tired of people asking me what's going on with my case. A lot of Bahamians, I understand, are ignorance when it comes to the law. I understand why we have the challenges that we have, but I understand the PLP is having a Valentine's Day massacre. I mean a Valentine's Day meeting. Did I say massacre? I meant meeting. Sorry. Yeah, I understand that they're having a meeting tonight on Valentine's Day. Who all going? Y'all going? Y'all going to the Valentine's Day meeting? Anyone? 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 Ah, you gotta love it. Dear PLP, who all could tell me what's wrong with this? Okay, waste is this. W-A-I-S-T. W-A-S-T-E is wasting. You know what? I can't. Let me play all my video because, okay, where I put it. I know I sent it to myself. Nelson, how you just watch that fuckery, man? I just as be like, really though, niggas? Really? Anyway, I can't. I am unable to, Lord. I just really try to keep my composure. And I just try. I don't get it. I don't get it. Just the most fuckery. That time the nation is going to hell in a handbasket and we hear dollar whining and doing shit. Like what am I missing? What am I missing? Sorry, Loveness. Oh, I tell you, I can't take it. I am unable to can. Let me go lay down in my bed and try contemplate my revenge on the world. No, seriously. I just be like, really, bitches? All right, let's see what I missed. All right. Man, look here. Thank you, Jared. What happened? Anyway, it's a long story. I told you all the story. Jared, thank you, Jared. Jared said, had she ended the show, she would have said something already in the Love Nest chat group. Yes, that's what happened. And you know, these people, you know, it's killing me about government bureaucracy. And you know, when I say the Bahamas fuck up, America got its fuck up ways too. You send something to get a document, and it has to do with my son, and I need it for school, so it's very important. You know, when you in America, child, you got to prove when you're born, how you're born, who pussy you come out, how you come out, and everything. Anyway, you will send them an overnight mail. They gonna lose the overnight mail and the money order, and then you got to go pay for it again. Is this some fuck, eh? Anyway, so people... Chelsea said, oh, I was listening to Tank, so I got to say, listen to that later. Man, I can't take it. So, Bahamian people, all I'm saying on this Valentine's Day, give the men some love. Yeah, you know, make your little hot cocoa and, you know, tease your man. Do a little dance on his lap for him. If he's nice to you. If that nigga paying the bills. If he ain't, fuck him. Yeah. Because these men is want juice up on you on Valentine's Day and ain't paid a light bill since Noah built the ark. Sit all the way down. All right, let me see if I can find this video. And I can end the show with the video because I hope I still have it. You know, I always deleting shit off my phone. Oh, Lord, Jared, send me my video back. I just realized I deleted my phone. I'm always doing this shit. Why do I do that? Chelsea say, way down. Way down, man. They need to just sit the figgity down. Jesus, I deleted it for true. I'm always doing that. Always doing that. Always doing that. Hold on, let me see if I could send it to myself. Hold on. Y'all stay right there. Nothing can stop me. I'm all the way up. Yeah, I'm trying to figure it out. Okay. I deleted it off the thing. Anyway, so baby people, enjoy your Valentine's Day. I going to go clean up this kitchen and put these almond flour in the oven. And I going to enjoy my Valentine's Day. Okay, remember people, you mightn't have someone to juice you up in your bed, but love yourself. Because self-love is the best love. Thank you so much, Alicia. See why I love Alicia? Alicia's my girl. Look here, Nelson. You know, I'm so used to deleting my phone that I just forget I need to save shit. So, baby people, I'm going to just play this for y'all. I hope that it translates well on the actual phone. And this is how we begin the show. I think the video is like 10 minutes. So by the time this ends, we'll be at 60 minutes. And that's what we can do. That's what we can do, child. That's what we can do. This is what we can do. Turn. Where you is? Say corned beef and white rice. Man, I can't take it. That's what you making, Tuffy? Corned beef and white rice? Yummy.
Chrissy Love. So I go to the food store and people ask me, what's going on with Chrissy Love? Then I go to the wash house and people ask me, what's up? What's happening with Chrissy Love? Seems to me like everybody is asking where in the world is Chrissy Love? Like she is Carmen Sandiego.
Where on earth is Carmen Sandiego?
But I digress. Back to serious issues. In case you've been living under a rock, in a cave, or on the dark side of the moon, then you would know that Chrissy Love has not been in the Bahamas because she received a summons to appear before the Supreme Court.
Salty bitch.
Commonwealth of the Bahamas in the Supreme Court criminal side in the matter of contempt in the face of the court on dates between 3rd August to 31st August 2017. Hold on, say what? Run that by me again.
Pull it up, selector.
Dates between 3rd August to 31st August 2017. Now, if I'm not mistaken, that's a period of 29 days. That's nearly a month. You're arguing that someone was actively in contempt of court for nearly a month. Continuing on, you are hereby summoned by the Honorable Supreme Court of Grand Thompson to appear before the court on Friday, the 15th of September, 2017 at 10 a.m. or soon thereafter, as the court can sit for Miss Christina Thompson, aka Chrissy Love, to show cause why you should not be committed to the Bahamas Department of Correctional Services for contempt for your behavior in producing and circulating malicious and adverse commentary on social media to the general public by live broadcast. Let's pause right there so I can break down everything I think is wrong.
My hand, how you doing?
Now, I'm not an attorney, but I'm going to attempt to acknowledge and break down two fundamental rights in jurisprudence.
Oh, what, you trying to get smart? Nigga, are you trying to kick some knowledge?
The right to due process and the right against self-incrimination.
Due process refers to the steps that the government must follow before it takes away a person's freedom or property.
Now, this situation is truly absurd. Imagine being threatened with imprisonment for a crime which you have not only not been convicted of, but you've not even been indicted for or formally charged with. Now that's what I call Kafka-esque.
He knew he had done nothing wrong, but one morning he was arrested. Thus begins the trial, one of author Franz Kafka's most well-known novels. Kay, the protagonist, is arrested out of nowhere and made to go through a bewildering process where neither the cause of his arrest nor the nature of the judicial proceedings are made clear to him. This sort of scenario is considered so characteristic of Kafka's work that scholars came up with a new word for it. Kafkaesque has entered the vernacular to describe unnecessarily complicated and frustrating experiences.
You ever see someone in an American courtroom or testifying before the Senate or the Congress and they plead the Fifth?
On the advice of counsel, I invoke my Fifth Amendment privilege against self-incrimination and respectfully decline to answer your question.
Detective Furman, was the testimony that you gave in this case completely truthful?
I wish to assert my Fifth Amendment privilege.
Have you ever falsified a police report?
I wish to assert my Fifth Amendment privilege.
Detective Furman, did you plant or manufacture any evidence in this case?
I assert my Fifth Amendment privilege.
When you have your staff taking the Fifth Amendment, taking the Fifth, so they're not prosecuted. When you have the man that set up the illegal server taking the Fifth, I think it's disgraceful.
Fifth Amendment. The mob takes the Fifth. If you're innocent, why are you taking the Fifth Amendment?
Fifth Amendment. Horrible. Horrible.
He pleaded the Fifth, and that was the end. We never heard about him again.
I plead the Fifth. Plead the Fifth. 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, Fifth. Anything you say, Fifth. Go ahead, ask me a question. You a secret document that I think you need to say.
I know what you're thinking. The Fifth Amendment, which says a person is not compelled to testify, is in the U.S. Constitution. That doesn't apply to us. There's nothing like that in the Bahamian Constitution. Well, if that's what you thought, you're wrong. Now, like I stated before, I am not some sort of constitutional scholar, and I am not an attorney. I'm simply a Bahamian that can read. And I suggest every Bahamian read Chapter 3 of the Constitution of the Commonwealth of the Bahamas. This is a chapter which talks about protection of fundamental rights and freedoms of the individual. So if you don't know anything else about the Constitution, you need to know Chapter 3, because it's your civic duty to know your rights as a citizen. In Chapter 3 of the Constitution of the Commonwealth of Bahamas, Section 20, subsection 7, it states, "No person who's tried for a criminal offense shall be compelled to give evidence at the trial." This means that a court can, in fact, summon your appearance, but they cannot compel you to testify. They cannot compel you to give evidence against yourself or make any statement which may incriminate or even exonerate you. Or, as it says in this instance, and I quote, "show cause why you should not be committed to the Bahamas Department of Correctional Services." Which brings me to my next point, burden of proof. It is not up to the accused to prove that they did not do that which they have been accused of. On the contrary, it is quite the opposite. It is up to those that are accusing to bring the proof.
A criminal defendant is presumed innocent of the charges against them until they are proven guilty by the prosecution. The burden of proof is much greater in criminal trials than it is in civil trials, largely because there is much more at stake in a criminal trial, such as potential incarceration. The burden of proof in criminal trials requires that the prosecution demonstrate the defendant's guilt for each element of the crime beyond a reasonable doubt.
Speaking of each element, let's take a look at the second page of this document. The charges, particulars of the contempt are: 1. That you referred to a judge of the Supreme Court as a big stinking PLP. The PLP is the Progressive Liberal Party, a political organization currently in opposition in the Commonwealth of the Bahamas. As if any Bahamian grown up with sense would need a reminder as to who the PLP are, or would need a reminder as to how badly they got beaten in the last election. Now, do you remember good old Chapter 3 of the Bahamian Constitution? Section 15B lists freedom of conscience and freedom of expression as fundamental rights. And truth be told, that's really all this boils down to, ladies and gentlemen. Freedom of expression and freedom of conscience. The same free will that the good Lord saw fit to give Adam and Eve in the garden. So the question, rather, is not whether Chrissy Love called Cheryl Grant Thompson a big stinking PLP. The question is whether she's entitled to that opinion and should have the right to express it. Number 2, that you accuse a sitting judge of the Supreme Court of deliberate bias in a criminal matter. Now remember our good old friend Chapter 3 of the Constitution? Chapter 3, Section 20, subsection 1, if any person is charged with a criminal offense, then unless the charge is withdrawn, the case shall be afforded a fair hearing within a reasonable time by an independent and impartial court established by law. Now, in that sentence, the key words are fair and impartial. But I'm going to touch more on that later. 3, that you were requested to attend before the Honorable Supreme Court on 31st August 2017 by ASP Johnson by direction of the court, and you did not appear, notwithstanding that an attorney, namely Mr. Damian Gomez, QC, appeared on your behalf.
Say what?
Oh Lord, Father in heaven, give me strength. This one is so ridiculous and absurd that it boggles the mind. In what kangaroo court do they send verbal summonses that are binding? Like we always say in the Bahamas, mouth could say anything. This is the type of evidence that if it were brought to court wouldn't even be admissible because it's third-party hearsay. So I'm not even going to run on with this because
Ain't nobody got time for that.
4, that by your behavior and actions you sought willfully and intentionally to interfere with the due and proper administration of justice in a matter which is sub judice, and to bring the administration of justice and the judiciary into disrepute. Now that's an oxymoron if I've ever heard one, because I would argue that in fact it is frivolous and arbitrary abuses of power such as this that really bring the judiciary into disrepute. The court of law is not the court of public opinion. Justice not only has to be blind, it also has to be deaf in order for it to ignore the noise in the marketplace. The question is, precisely how did Chrissy Love seek to interfere with the due and proper administration of justice? Did she bribe a judge? Did she tamper with a jury? More importantly, shouldn't cases of obstruction of justice be pursued by the Office of Attorney General? And can someone please explain to me how exactly is it that a person can be charged with contempt in the face of a court when they have never shown their face in that court? Don't you literally have to be in the courtroom to be in contempt? I literally had to rack my brain to try and figure out the last time I heard of someone being called into court for things they said outside the court. And the only thing that I could think of was the time when Pricewell Forbes opened his big mouth and got the John Travolta case thrown out as a mistrial and let Pleasant Bridgewater walk off scot-free. But isn't that ironic? I'm starting to notice a pattern of behavior here. Every time we try to bring a PLP politician to justice, someone goes and pulls one of these stunts.
Have some good news, PLPs. Pleasant Bridgewater is a free woman. Holy baby. God is good, PLPs. Pleasant is a free woman, PLPs.
That's why this TMZ article is killing me. Just the title alone, Travolta mistrial moron escapes punishment. But by far the most preposterous thing in this entire document has to be this gag order at the bottom of the second page. And you are hereby ordered effective immediately, Miss Christina Thompson, aka Chrissy Love, by yourself, your servants or agents, or otherwise be restrained until further order from publishing, causing, be associated with a publication, or permitting to be published any remarks whatsoever directed toward this honorable court. First, they attack free speech. Then they attack the free press. So now with all the things you've seen in this document, I don't need to tell y'all what Chrissy Love did, right?
All around in my hometown. Yeah, they try and
Plenty, Sandra.
track me down. Let's get ready to rumble.
At this point, a lot of you are shocked that it could have come to this. You're thinking this is some catfight. This is some petty high school girl drama being played out in the Supreme Court.
But wait, there's more.
Some of you may remember Cheryl Grant Thompson back when she was Cheryl Grant Bethel and was having a huge argument played out in the public with then Prime Minister, the Right Honorable Hubert Ingraham, over who should get the position of Director of Public Prosecutions.
Prosecutor Cheryl Grant Bethel and her legal team was back in the Supreme Court this morning, this time to go over pre-trial case management for her judicial review trial
Now, about that judicial review trial. Let's take a look at this article entitled, "My Goodness, What Did Cheryl Grant Bethel Do?" Which, by the way, is a good question. This is published by Frederick Reed back in January 2011. Attorney claims that the report on Cheryl Grant Bethel by the Security Intelligence Branch was so damaging that nothing she could have said would have changed the commission's position. Now, I keep warning you that I am not a legal scholar and I am not an attorney, but the words that this article quotes from comes from someone who is an actual legal scholar and attorney, Thomas Evans, QC, Associate Tutor on the Law of Evidence at the Eugene DePuy Law School. Thomas Evans, QC, the lawyer representing the Judicial Services Commission, says that the report on Cheryl Grant Bethel by the Security Intelligence Branch was so damaging that nothing she could have said in her defense would have changed the commission's decision. Wayne Monroe, who was representing Ms. Grant Bethel in a judicial review. Hold on, say what? You must have read that wrong. Repeat that again. Wayne Monroe, who was representing Ms. Grant Bethel.
Former PLP Cabinet Minister Shane Gibson taken in for questioning. Tonight, we speak with one of his attorneys. Attorney Wayne Monroe confirmed that Shane Gibson arrived at the Central Detective Unit Wednesday morning for questioning. Monroe did not accompany Gibson at CDU.
What you do when you arrive at this point is you assume that they're going to continue along the pattern that they have. And you just plan for the eventuality.
So let me see if I get this straight. I just want to iron out a few of these wrinkles. So Cheryl Grant's attorney was Wayne Monroe. Shane Gibson's attorney is also Wayne Monroe. So then Shane Gibson's case comes before Cheryl Grant Thompson's court. Kool-Aid, sugar, and water. And there you have it. The conflict of interest comes full circle. I'm going to need you to hold on to your seats because this is the point where conspiracy theory becomes conspiracy fact.
This is your last chance.
Bitches.
After this, there is no turning back. You take the blue pill, the story ends. You wake up in your bed and believe whatever you want to believe. You take the red pill, you stay in Wonderland. And I show you how deep the rabbit hole goes.
Remember when I told you that Wayne Monroe was Cheryl Grant Thompson's attorney in her case against the Judicial and Legal Services Commission?
It's come down to this. Veteran prosecutor Cheryl Grant Bethel against the entire Judicial and Legal Services Commission and the Attorney General. As for the Prime Minister, well, he has made it clear that he has good and valid reasons for withdrawing his support for Mrs. Grant Bethel.
I wonder what those reasons might be. I wonder why the former Commissioner of Police, Reginald Ferguson, who was by no means ever a frivolous man, saw the need to commission a scathing report against Cheryl Grant Thompson. Well, I guess some questions we may never know the answer to. I do know that this whole agonizing ordeal raises more questions than answers. Questions like, are these charges leveled against Chrissy Love simply a political ploy cooked up by Cheryl Grant Thompson and Wayne Monroe in order to distract the public away from the fact that
former Labor and National Insurance Minister Shane Gibson was charged with 16 counts of bribery and 15 counts of extortion. It is alleged that sometime between January 2nd and April 30th, Gibson extorted more than $500,000 from Jonathan Ash. It is also alleged that Gibson solicited the same amount from the contractor, resulting in 16 bribery charges.
But what could possibly make me think that these charges were cooked up by Wayne Monroe rather than by Justice Cheryl Grant Thompson? Because Wayne Monroe told us so himself.
Monroe said his plans for members of the FNM will have to commence.
We will have to do our own investigation. We may have to undertake our own prosecutions because you can't prosecute people other than the state prosecuting people.
Wrong, wrong, wrong. How could a Queen's Counsel be so damn wrong? No run-of-the-mill attorney has prosecutorial discretion. You can bring civil litigation, but you can't bring people up on criminal charges. Wayne Monroe has absolutely no prosecutorial power. Wayne Monroe does not have the power of the state or the crown. If Wayne Monroe were to tell you you're detained and hold you against your will, or if he were to take you somewhere telling you that you were under arrest, call the police. So if Wayne Monroe does not have the power to detain, arrest, or criminally prosecute, powers which are normally reserved for the Royal Bahamas Police Force or the Office of Attorney General, then who does have such powers? That's right, his old client in cahoots, Cheryl Grant Thompson, who was appointed by the Christie administration to the courts and has such powers vested in her by the Supreme Court of the Bahamas. Now the question remains, who exactly does Wayne Monroe mean when he says we? When he says we, does he mean him and his client Shane Gibson? Or does he mean him and his client Cheryl Grant Thompson?
We're concerning ourselves with Mrs. Grant Bethel.
Only in the Bahamas could a defense attorney preemptively gloat about prosecutions that would be handed down, not from the defense, but from the court. Matters which Wayne Monroe as defense counsel should have no part in and should not be privy to. Within my lifetime, I've heard people speak ill of the Queen with no repercussions. I've heard people curse out the Governor General, and I've heard every single Bahamian Prime Minister call everything but a child of God. But then along comes this one little Supreme Court justice who's like, "You will respect my authority." It is not only your right as a citizen, but it is in fact your civic duty to question the judiciary and how justice is implemented in this country, especially in something as trivial as a bail hearing. In case no one else is paying attention in this country, there's actually a movement that questions how the Supreme Court issues bail all the time. It's called the No Bail for Murderers movement. They have pickets, they have picnics, but what they do not have is ridiculous charges being thrown at them by activist judges. Frankly, a lot of you don't give a damn whether or not someone's freedom of expressions or freedom of conscience is violated, as long as it's not you. But in the words of Martin Luther King, injustice anywhere is a threat to justice everywhere. But there are others amongst you who do see the injustice for what it is. You want to speak up, but you're afraid. You're afraid to say something because you're afraid they'll come for you. And in all honesty, they might even come for me just for making this video. But if they do come for me, at least I know I would have stood up and spoken out. Because first they came for the communists, and I didn't speak out because I wasn't a communist. Then they came for the trade unionists, and I didn't speak out because I wasn't a trade unionist. Then they came for the Jews, and I didn't speak out because I wasn't a Jew. Then they came for me, and there was no one left to speak out for me.
Boom!
Martin Niemöller, survivor of a Nazi concentration camp. Life without liberty is slavery, and it is not worth the living. My ancestors were slaves, and I am determined not to be.
It is an idea for which I hope to live and to see realized. But my Lord, if it needs be, it is an idea for which I am prepared to die.
Subversive citizen, you've done it again.
Corruption, people. Corruption. 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 Let the world know. And if it could happen to me, it could happen to you. Any old person could come to your house, arrest you. So Bahamians, what?